Hey guys, this is Melissa Zad for Pep Talk UK. Please remember to comment, share, like and subscribe. I'm here at Croydon Boxing Academy, joined by none other than Duane Sinclair, or should I say Hot Shots?
Yeah, you like, I don't mind.
Duane, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Last week, well not even last week, camp. It's fight week, fighting on Friday. Everything's good. Training's gone well, feeling sharp, ready to go.
Good. That's really exciting. You're like 4 days out now. You're on quite a big bill.
Yeah. Finally, on the Matchroom card.
Yeah.
Nextgen, headlined by Conor Ben. So yeah, it's good. It's good.
How does that feel? Like being on a Matchroom show, it being like aired on Sky Sports, and having being on such an exciting undercard.
Do you know what? It just feels right. It's not. I don't. Obviously, it's you would want to be on one of the bigger promotions, one of their shows or whatever. But I think I've done my graft, and I've proven my worth, and I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. So I've just got to make sure I perform on the night.
So talk us through your kind of you moving away from Goodwin and now working with Matchroom.
Okay. Well, with Goodwin, we've got a good relationship. I was gonna say we've got a good relationship. It's not really so like moving away from him. It was had a 3-year contract. The 3 years expired. Through being in a tournament which he had, and to continue obviously with loyalty and obligations to that, I had re-signed. But then I had one fight on the new contract, but that was back in March, and things really started to slow down, and I really got to a dead end. And it was, I think it was just like an agreement that we had we've done so much for me at that point. But it was getting to the point where it's quite difficult to do anything much more. So we just went separate ways. So it wasn't really anything, no disagreements or anything like that.
It was all amicable.
Exactly. Yeah.
It kind of came to its natural end.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now onto a different sort of beginning. So how has training been going for this fight? Has it been any different for you? It's all been the same, except with Josh Boatsy had his fight in Madison Square Garden, and obviously we trained together for years, over 10 years. So always helping each other out. So I worked with him, and then was training out in tougher climate, hard regime out in Miami, and so that kind of paid dividends for my camp, because it was during that time I found out about this fight, so I was already sort of half fight ready, so it sort of worked out well. Yeah, that's quite lucky for you, really,
exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you feel like training in a hotter climate impacted your fitness?
Well,
as in like added to it?
I think so, because I was actually ill at that time as well. So I went out to help, because it was obviously part of helping Josh. I was ill, so working out there, I don't know if it's a myth about sweating out the illness. I don't know, but working through being sick and working in that tough climate plus the jet lag, I think getting through the other end, it's only just made you stronger. I think.
I mean, if not physically, which I'm sure it does as well, but if not physically, then mentally, definitely, because you need to kind of just power through.
That's it, and you don't want to be like falling by the wayside, knowing that I'm here to help Josh, but I can't because I'm sick.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like just powering through. It was it definitely opened new doors to say, look, I'm strong. I am a hot shot. So it's
like you don't say that enough already.
No, it's written everywhere, isn't it?
Literally everywhere. So in regards to your fight this Friday, your opponent is Anthony Fox.
Yeah.
He's ranked 14th currently.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this upcoming challenge?
It is actually a challenge. He come forward fighter, very aggressive. Just like he's got good engine and he's coming off of a couple of good wins. He's beaten some guys that were very good amateurs and that were sort of up and coming prospects that were sort of ones to look out for. So he's real confident at the moment.
Yeah.
So I just got to just obviously keep my head where it needs to be and do exactly what we've been training for. So really, I haven't looked at him too much. I've just found out his fighting style, his stance with his southpaw orthodox, and then work from that.
So can I ask you something? This is a conversation I have with boxers quite often about how they take on like the challenge of a different opponent. And some boxers are really keen on like researching their opponent in a lot of depth, and other boxers are kind of like they sort of just train themselves for a fight, and they're like they just, as you say, find out their stance or find out the basics. Where do you sit on that spectrum?
Yeah, I think for myself, it's basics. I leave the rest. If there's any other sort of studying, that'll be done by my team. I sort of just look at basics because the fights that you're going to look at was then. Imagine if I'm training my camp looking for this particular shot, but it doesn't present itself.
Yeah.
So
because you're not the same opponent, right?
Precisely. So as it's as the old saying is, styles make fights. So what if that style's slightly different because he's boxing me and I'm looking for that particular shot? It doesn't happen. So I want to see the basics and just make sure the best me turns up. You know what I mean? So I'm alert. I'm seeing things and I'll be able to read him during the bout rather than think about what I've studied and try and wait for that to happen, and it just doesn't happen. So just figure him out on the night, find out what he's southpaw, is he aggressive, what type of style he comes with, and then that's it. Figure it out on the night.
Yeah, leave the rest up to the occasion, right?
Exactly.
So in terms of like moving forward from Friday, what do you see, we're halfway through the year now, what do you see yourself doing with the rest of 2019 in terms of boxing?
That's a good one because the season's almost over. So I think, do you know, anything's a bonus because even to the point where I am now is a bonus. From 3 years ago when I decided to turn professional, you had a lot of the naysayers, but it's I'm just gonna keep pushing. Every single day to me is my world title fight. So I'm just gonna keep pushing. Simple as that. And whatever presents itself. If anything presents itself, we'll have a look at it as a team and then see if it's worth doing or if it's not worth doing.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So just touching on something you've just said, like every day for you is like training for a world title fight. So do you, in terms of your training, do you kind of have like peaks and troughs throughout the year where your training intensifies or kind of like peters off and you're sort of ticking over?
Yeah, well. With us in my camp and my team, we're almost always ticking on. We always stay close to our fight weight, so it's without effort. And then when it's time to fight, we step it up. So we're always sort of ticking over because a fight we'll say probably every 2, 3, maybe 4 months at latest. So in that time until we get a date, maybe there'll be probably about 6 weeks of ticking over. Just make sure you're staying relatively sharp and you step it up when you get that date and opponent and so forth. So we always stay in fight ready. I don't think since I stepped in a boxing gym, I think there's probably a year or two where I let it go during close seasons with amateurs and so forth. But
what does letting it go?
Let it go. I'm talking like putting on like 3 stones, 2 stones, and then having to kill it again in the October, September. So much weight that I can't fight till January and crap like that.
Really?
Yeah. But I learned my lesson because it was like you're watching your teammates box and you're just thinking your trainer's like, mate, you're not boxing until you get down to such and such weight. So yeah, I've done all that. So you kind of respect it and how your body feels killing yourself as well. You feel better keeping yourself fit. So
well, of course, because like we spoke about this in our last interview as well, but it's a point to touch on all the time, which is like if you're dropping ridiculous amounts of weight, your body's going to react to that. It's not going to react well. It's just going to be tired and drained.
That's it. And you get beaten up by some guy you're not supposed to get beaten up.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And you don't like getting beaten up, do you? No one does. No one does. Okay, well, this is really exciting. I am personally very much looking forward to seeing you box on Friday. And yeah, of course, like you know, we wish you all the best in whatever may come into 2019. Is there any final words you'd like to say?
Yeah, just thank you to everybody that's believed in me. Thank you to the ones that's been following since the amateurs all the way through, even to white collar up to now. And yeah, we're gonna keep going.
That's right. And big up Pep Talk as well.
Of course, come on, that's without saying. Big up Pep Talk. Make sure when you're in that gym, you're making that fat cry.